Hamas is still clearly alive and well and thriving. Your strategy is failing. How many children have you killed?
Piers, Israel is not killing children. Israel is not killing children. Hamas is using them as human shields.
Israel is killing children every single day. What is it? Do you know?
Sejak 7 Oktober 2023, dunia menyaksikan kengerian yang tak kunjung reda di Gaza. Hari demi hari, serangan terus terjadi, menghancurkan pemukiman, rumah sakit, bahkan tempat-tempat yang seharusnya menjadi perlindungan terakhir. Lebih dari 10.000 nyawa melayang, dan banyak di antaranya adalah anak-anak. Dunia bertanya, sampai kapan penderitaan ini akan terus dibiarkan? Dalam sebuah wawancara yang menjadi sorotan global, Piers Morgan menghadirkan dua narasumber dari dua sisi konflik, perwakilan dari Gaza dan Israel. Namun, perhatian publik tertuju pada ketegangan yang memuncak saat Piers melontarkan pertanyaan-pertanyaan tajam kepada Oktober, Duta Besar Israel untuk Inggris. Namun sebelumnya, Piers menampilkan cuplikan video dari mantan Perdana Menteri Israel, Ehud Olmert, yang membantah bahwa Israel membunuh warga sipil dengan sengaja.
The statements made by Israeli cabinet ministers, the leading cabinet ministers, that say we should starve Gaza. What is it if not a war crime?
Berbeda dengan pernyataan tersebut, Yair Golan, mantan wakil kepala staf Angkatan Darat Israel, justru mengatakan bahwa Israel membunuh anak-anak adalah hobi.
Yeah, Golan, an opposition voice and a former army deputy chief of staff, said Israel is, quote, killing babies as a pastime.
אמרתי הבוקר שאנחנו מדינה שפויה שלא הורגת ילדים. כששרים בממשלה הזו חוגגים מוות והרעבה של ילדים, חייבים לומר את זה. אני התייחסתי אך ורק לממשלה הכושלת ביותר בתולדות ישראל, ולא לצה"ל. המשימה שלנו היא לוודא שישראל תישאר מדינה שפויה, שלא הורגת ילדים, לא כתחביב ולא כמדיניות.
These aren't radical Islamists or raging anti-Semites, but patriotic Israelis who think their country is losing the plot. Today, Israel announced that they've eliminated Hamas's chief in Gaza, Mohammed Sinwar, the younger brother of Yahya Sinwar, the mastermind behind the deadly attacks on October the 7th. That was seen as a huge win by Israel as they looked to justify the continued fighting. But how many innocent Palestinians are losing their lives as a consequence? Overnight, we saw more shocking scenes in Gaza as thousands of Palestinians overran an aid site run by a US and Israeli-backed group with the intention of taking control of food distribution away from the UN. Many experts believe that swathes of Gaza face imminent famine caused by an 11-week Israeli blockade, which is only now beginning to ease. How much longer can all this go on? Well, I'm joined by Israeli ambassador to the UK, Oktober. Incredibly damning comments from two former Prime Ministers of Israel and a former Deputy Chief of Staff of the Israeli Army. When you hear what they have to say, surely it gives you pause for thought, doesn't it?
Well, it's quite obvious for someone like you that understands politics that those people are coming from the opposition. Their job, in their opinion, is to fight whatever the government is doing. I think it's very anti-patriotic not to support Israel's war when we are fighting the most justified war in the world against a terror group that committed the worst atrocities at the 7th of October, just today. No one wants to see people being massacred in their homes like we've seen at the 7th of October. And in order to do that, the aims of the war are still relevant. We want to bring back our hostages and we want to make sure Hamas won't control the Gaza Strip. Every leader in the world, in the Western world, agrees on those two aims.
In the last few weeks, I have found the Israeli government strategy in Gaza to be utterly disproportionate. And I'll explain to you why. When you launch a blockade for nearly 3 months to a population which already has seen much of their possessions, their land, their buildings, their homes decimated by bombardment after bombardment, when you say that you're going to launch a blockade on aid and food to a population where 50% are under 18, as Ehud Olmert said, a policy of starvation towards, obviously, because of the nature of the population in Gaza, of a lot of children. And that is a war crime. You've got people like Smotrich coming out and making it absolutely crystal clear what the real plan is, which is to completely clean out Gaza of all the Palestinians and get them into, quotes, a third country. That is a form of genocide. genocide. It is the deliberate targeting of people based on ethnicity and displacing them from their homes and killing a lot of them in the process. I don't know what else you would call it. I've resisted using the word genocide about this, but when I watched what Mr. Smodrich was saying and studied the exact words that he said, it is very hard to reach any other conclusion than that he is waging a strategy of genocide and would like to cleanse, as he put it, the whole Gaza Strip of all the Palestinians.
And I just want to remind you, just in case you're so interested with finishing the war can finish today. If Hamas will surrender, if Hamas will make sure that no weapons in Gaza, if we'll see demilitarization of the Gaza Strip, and if our hostages are back home, the war will be ending today.
Piers mempertanyakan strategi militer Israel. Ia heran setelah serangan masif yang berlangsung berbulan-bulan dengan alasan untuk menghancurkan Hamas, mengapa kelompok itu masih belum berhasil dikalahkan. Lebih dari itu, Piers dengan nada tajam menyoroti kenyataan pahit dari konflik ini, bahwa korban paling banyak justru datang dari kalangan sipil, terutama anak-anak. Dan Piers menganggapnya sebagai kegagalan bagi Israel. Lebih-lebih bahwa tentara Israel tidak bisa mengalahkan Hamas. Pernyataan itu langsung memicu reaksi keras. Oktober yang sejak awal terlihat defensif, tersulut emosi. Ia menolak keras tudingan tersebut dan membuat pembelaan.
We have a strong military but very vulnerable population that's been hit by a terror organization.
Which begs the question, if after 18, 19 months now, you have been waging this ferocious war against 25, 26,000 terrorists, and you still haven't defeated them, you still can't get your hostages released, they're still not being released, it's clear to most people that your strategy is failing. There's no clear plan for what happens at the end of all this. Hamas is still clearly alive and well and thriving. Yes, you've killed another one of their leaders today, but you killed his brother, who was the architect of October the 7th, months ago, and that didn't seem to make any difference. How many Palestinian civilian innocent lives, women and in particular children, are you prepared to kill as you continue going after Hamas when it doesn't appear that you're winning that battle?
Piers, how many Japanese children were killed under American attacks, and how many German children were killed under UK attacks in the Second World War? Listen, I mean, if you want to play if Israel finishes the war today and Hamas stays on our doorstep, what kind of future do you promise my children? How do you achieve that?
Well,
who's volunteering there to demilitarize the Gaza Strip?
With respect, Ambassador, you clearly don't achieve it with the way that you're trying to achieve it. All you're achieving at the moment is making Israel more and more of a global pariah. When only a few days ago you have 2 doctors in Gaza who have 10 children and 9 of them are killed in a bombardment by your forces, the percentage of children that you're killing compared to the percentage of you're killing of Hamas terrorists, what is it? Do you know?
We killed 30,000 terrorists in phase 1 of the war. Since the war is back, I don't have the numbers. But let me tell you one thing. We never target civilians. So this question is irrelevant.
How many children have you killed?
Piers, Israel is not killing children. Israel is not killing children. Hamas is using them as human shields.
Israel is killing children every single day.
Piers, this is a blood label you're putting on Israel. You know it's not true.
What? No, it's not actually. And what you're trying to do is be very weaselly with your words.
No, I'm not.
The truth is, you are killing a lot of children.